What was the first part of that question? Well,
I was just saying, hey, how early was it in the process that you actually viewed it as being realistic that not only would you be able to make it back this year, but early September?
I was, I told my mom and dad that, after surgery I wanted to play. It was a day after I told them I said I want to play this season, and that was my whole goal set. And someone said, I asked who was the fastest person to come back, and they said Adrian Peterson. He did it in 4.5, 5 months, and I said, all right, well I'm not like Adrian Peterson, but I'll try to do it in 5.5. And so that was my goal from day one. And you can ask all the treatment guys downstairs that was my goal. And so ever since then I wanted to play the first game, but I wasn't ready, and so they've been gradually getting me and Eli back in there.
How close are you to full speed now?
I would say getting pretty close. I wouldn't give it a real percentage, but just getting pretty high up there.
When you go through that injury and you tell people, okay, I want to get back in 5.5 months, like how do doctors and treatment people, how do they respond when you give them that goal?
Yeah, they kind of look at me and they're like, yeah, I don't know about that. But Dr. Andrews is one of the best surgeons in the world, and he did a surgery on me and Eli that's pretty new, and we kind of knew it was going to happen, and the guys downstairs didn't really know the time period for it all, and we were just kind of rolling with it, rolling with we were doing routes and stuff in middle of July, and we were just kind of going through it, and we were like, I don't know what to tell you guys, and they didn't really know, and we didn't really know, but we were going through the protocols that Dr. Andrews gave us, and we just kind of followed that, and now we're getting close to back.
What are the last stages of getting back to 100%? How much is that physical and how much is it mental? Just trusting yourself on it.
I would say mental. It's definitely challenging. I try to tell myself don't be mental about it, but it's definitely hard when you know that you're wearing a brace and guys are seeing it. And like the other night, that dude went straight for Eli's kneecap, and I'm sure he didn't mean to, but we talked about it after, and I was like, that dude came straight for my kneecap, and I was like, yeah, I know that. What the heck? And you just kind of think about it because you know that it's not fully 100% yet, and you don't know the risk because, like I said, it's kind of a new surgery, and you really don't know how strong or how weak it is. Your mind tells you it's strong, but really you have no idea with the knees. So.
Well, once you play 4 games, will you reassess that you can still sit out, you can still be redshirted, then if you chose to be?
Yeah, that's something I got to talk to the coaches about, my parents about, and I really got to consider it and see how I'm feeling. Potentially play this week, see how it goes, and then keep playing each and every week. And once I get the 4 game mark, see how I feel, see if I'm back to my old self, and if I am, then I'll just keep going. But if I don't feel like I am, then I'll discuss with the coaches and my family and everyone.
What was it like for you against Alabama State, stepping out on the field for the first time and running that route and Jarrett targeted you downfield right away?
It felt pretty good. It told Robbie coming off the field. I said, I can finally see all my hard work paying off, and a lot of people say that and they don't really mean it. But at that moment, I remember just jogging off the field, smiling. I don't care if I caught the ball. I don't care if I did anything. I was just happy to be back out there because I promised myself that I would be back in 5.5 months, and I was able to do that, and so it meant a lot to me, just for myself and everyone that helped me get through it.
Did you and Eli kind of help each other through this whole process?
We did, yes, sir. Yeah, we both pushed each other really a lot. There were days where going through rehab is hard. That's probably one of the hardest things to do. And if you ever tear an ACL, you got to bend it, straight after surgery. And so, there were days where we'd both be in there just screaming our lungs out, bending our legs. But there were days where I'd come in tired, and he'd be like, "Bro, we gotta do it." And there were days he'd come in tired, and I was like, "Bro, we gotta get going." So it was definitely better to have a partner, that you're going through it with, especially another receiver. Wish it hadn't happened to him. I hate that it happened to him, but I was glad that we were able to go through it together.
You said a newer surgery. Can you explain that or share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, yeah. I don't really. I guess it's a new stem cell surgery. I don't know how new it is, but they told us about that it could enhance the process pretty fast, and they pretty much remake your ACL, wrap it in a cocoon-like structure, and inject your own stem cells and blood cells in it, and it's supposed to vamp the process by about like 3 or 4 or 5 months. So that's what I was told, and I don't know how to me it seems like it's true, because I know a lot of guys take about 8 to 9 months, and like I said, we run a full speed routes about 4.5. So it's been pretty crazy.
Had you ever gone through any surgeries or anything like that before?
Nah, other than wisdom teeth. So that was my only one.
What does it take? I mean, rehab is sort of a broad term. And what does it take to actually get through the process as quickly as you did?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. You know, during the summer, I had classes in the morning, and so I would have to get in there. Were days where I got in there at 5 a.m., wake up at 4:30, get in there at 5, and go for 2 hours for rehab. I mean, it's long stuff. And then I would go from class from 9 to 2 o'clock, and then we'd have meetings, at 3 to 5, and so it was a full day. But each day I just told myself, you know what, like, you're gonna get through this. And I wasn't, like I told you guys, I'm not gonna lie to myself. I said 5.5 months, and I was gonna come back in 5.5. And there were mornings where I woke up at 4:30, and I was like, man, I just want to keep sleeping, hit the snooze button. But I knew I'd probably get in trouble by Coach Malzahn and the staff if I didn't come in. So it's hard, but if you do it, you get to that point, and everything starts to get better.
Hey, how many snaps were you in against Alabama State, and then how many snaps were you in?
I was in against 2 against Alabama State and 6 against whoever we just played, LSU. Yeah, I forgot. I don't like those guys.
Just to gradually be able to.
What'd you say?
I said it's the expectation for you just to be able to gradually increase.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Just kind of gradually get me back in there, doing more practice reps. Kind of put me in some more games. Getting more and more reps. But for spreading trips, guys, that's my position. It's 3. It's really only about 20 to 25 plays per game. I think the most I've ever done is about 30. So I'm kind of getting closer. I was at 6, and so we'll just have to keep working and see where it goes from there.
When you look at this offense, they've lacked explosive plays, and over your career, you're averaging like 20 yards per reception back to last season. Do you feel like you can add that element back to the offense of a deep field threat?
I hope so. I'm not saying I can, because I've been told I'm not back where I was, and so that's my whole goal, is getting back to where I was as the old Will. But these young guys are really killing it. Anthony Schwartz is killing guys on the deep ball. Matthew Hill is really good. He's quick. Seth Williams is doing great. Shredrick, all those guys. They're really good players, and they can they're way more talented than I am, and they can definitely do what I do in a heartbeat. So, yeah.
Everybody good?
James Andrews, like, were you playing him?
Yeah, that dude is a really great guy. My dad couldn't make the surgery. He was actually having surgery the next day too, which I didn't even know about. But he had to call my dad, or he said, "Can I call your dad?" Because we were in Pensacola. My dad was in Little Rock, and I was like, "You're a doctor. Like, most doctors don't even do this." And he actually called my dad and said, "I just want to let you know I'm gonna take care of your son." My mom was there, and it kind of hit her deep too. And so, when you do that for another man, it's hit me deep, just being a 22-year-old. And so it meant a lot to me, and it shows his character and what he really stands for. So.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.